What's up, family? It is none other than your boy Jay Giddens, the father, as usual. Remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, as those three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited into your future. This is part 2 of our lecture on quantum physics and frequency. My last part 1 was cut off. They froze the screen, so I couldn't hear anybody, couldn't see anybody, couldn't communicate. Peace and love. I see people coming back in. If y'all was in the last one, I couldn't communicate with y'all, but I hope y'all saw it. They did let me save it after they froze it, so I'm surprised they let me do that. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get on with this one. Luckily, I was able to. It's crazy. It actually literally ended. They literally ended it right when I got done the first part of the lecture. So it perfectly was able to be divided between. It was perfectly able to be divided between quantum physics and frequency. So if you watch part 1, you're going to get quantum physics. Watch part 2, we're going to go ahead and talk about frequency. All right. For those who don't really understand what we're talking about in this one, watch the first one so that you can understand what subatomic particles are and such. All right, son. Not right now, okay? Calm down. All right. All right. So look. So all right. So now we're about to talk about frequency. Okay. Now, in the first lecture, we were talking about quantum physics, which was pretty much the study of nature as it relates to subatomic particles and how they work. Peace to you, everybody who's in here too. Frequency is the application of those things, right? What you get as a result of those things acting, right? So quantum physics, again, is the study of subatomic particles. Frequency is what happens when subatomic particles are actually in motion and they're moving and things happen. This is how frequency is everything around you, right? Frequency is everything around you. So as usual, like I said in my last lecture, and like I say in all of my lectures, we want to start off with etymology. For those who don't understand what etymology means, etymology is the real definition of something. It is the origin of a word in terms of where it came from. I explained in part 1 of this lecture, gave a quick little anecdote as to why that's important. You can feel free to look at that. I also did it in a couple of my other lectures. But let's get into it, all right? Because I want to try to knock this out as quick as possible. One love to everybody who in here, okay? Shout out to all of y'all, man. Much love to anybody who's watching this, okay? This is high vibrational information we talking about. Like, y'all gotta understand, I really freeze the live with this shit. Like, because it get real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the frequency is high. Like, we about to get into that. Like, what we talking about is high frequency shit. Like, it really distorts atoms. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real. Like, it really distorts atoms when we talk about this. So look. What I recommend, I use Etym Online, right? Y'all can use whatever you want to use. You can use Google, but I use Etym Online to search the etymological definition of things, okay? And I think they actually give you a description of what etymology is on the site. Let me see if they tell you, right? See what they say? This is a map of the wheel roots of modern English. Etymologies are not definitions. They are explanations of what our words meant and how they sounded 600 to 2,000 years ago. Damn, they tell you right there. They pretty much tell you. And the reason that this is important is because to know what they were thinking or what they meant 2,000 years ago will give you the intent, right? And you can see how the words are going to change. And like I told you, they're all going to date back to ancient Greece and Latin. Right? And Latin is ancient Rome. Because again, like I said in the last lecture, for anybody who doesn't know, Latino is not a race. That is a misnomer. There's no such thing as a Latino. Latin is a language. Stop. Latin is a language. It is not a people. Okay? Latino is simply what they named all of the people in South America when the Spanish conquistadors went over there and killed everybody, because the language they were speaking was Latin, which is why Latin is called what? A Romance language. It's Roman. It's a Romance language. It's Roman. That's Roman. and Greek, okay? Ancient Greece. What's up, Prokaryotic Mark? I'm glad you came back, fam. Comment for me if you caught the rest of the first one, because Prokaryotic Mark, I know you wanted to. I know. Look, I rocks with you, God. Just let me know if you caught that first one. All right. Now we're gonna start off with the etymology of frequency, okay? Because I just want y'all to see. All right. We can also look at the definition too, but you know what I'm saying. All right. Now, like I said, Goddess, are you calling me? Well, what were you saying that would sound like you calling me? You wasn't saying nothing that could be misinterpreted as. Oh, well, that could be misinterpreted. Okay, all right, I got you. I just want to make sure. I just heard something like my love, like this. All right, my apologies. All right, y'all. So look, so everything is gonna date back. Okay, that's not a problem. Oh, that's not a problem, Mark. All right, so everything is gonna date back, like I said, to Latin, and it's gonna date back to a Latin word, right? This is actually where spells come from. This is why in Harry Potter, when they're casting spells, they speak expediliosus and all of that shit, because that's where spell casting comes from. Ancient Rome, which is Latin. Frequentia, right? And assembling in great numbers or crowding, right? Now, this is what you in physics, right? Because we talking about quantum physics. In physics, it's the rate of recurrence. So understand that when we talking about frequency, we're talking about the rate of recurrence, right? We're talking about, and they say in radio electronics and, you know what I'm saying, vibration. This is what we're talking about. Vibration is frequency. Everything around you is frequency. Just know that, okay? All right, so that's what we're talking about. All right, now, shout out to everybody that's in here. One love to y'all. I can actually see y'all now. They probably gonna freeze it up in a minute, all right? Because once we get going and once we start talking about, it's funny because I done watched other people do lectures like when I was learning and I was just waking up and I would hear them say stuff like, y'all, the frequency rising, they blah blah blah, and I would be like, okay, you think you that important, okay? And now I understand. It's real. I'm a real one, all right. So regardless of who else y'all was watching, whether it was my brother, you know, God, Divinus, whatever, I'm real, all right. I don't care about what nobody say. I'm real. I'm from Baltimore. I give you my address. I grew up, born and raised here. I ain't no clone. I ain't no none of that. I'm real. That's straight up. Anybody who know me, you already know. So when I tell you something, that's real shit. And they be rocking, they be messing with it when you start talking about certain things. Let's get back into it though. All right. Now I actually downloaded the app Wikipedia just so that it was easier. This is what we was just talking about in the last live for my people who didn't catch it. Make sure you go back and check that about subatomic particles so you can understand what we about to go through with frequency. Because frequency, we're gonna be talking about electrons, photons, which are subatomic particles, okay? And you need to understand that. Alright? Was y'all able to see each other comments before? Can somebody comment and just answer me that? I was just wondering because I couldn't see anything in the last live. After like the 20-minute mark, they froze up my screen. I couldn't see nothing. Was y'all able to communicate with each other? Were y'all messaging and talking back? I just want to know that. If somebody could confirm that for me. But let's keep it going. All right. Now, frequency is measured in hertz. But like I said, I want to show y'all rather than seem like I'm talking at y'all and show y'all where you can see this for yourself. Okay. For anybody who didn't catch the first one, who might be watching this for the first time, watch the first one. But just so that you know, I use Wikipedia when I learn. And I use that because there is no better way. And look at this, 144. You see this? You see this? You see this? Numerology? They always with me. Alright? I use Wikipedia when I learn. Okay? Because there is no better way to learn than Wikipedia. And anybody who feel differently, I challenge you to a debate. Okay? And we can debate about it. But like I said, for my people who need books, because they like, oh, that's not a book. I need a book. You don't got a book. Here we go. Look, click on this. Let me click on this because these are all resources. Because, oh no, this is just the definition. Hold on. Let me show y'all, okay? Because some people, they like, if it's not on a piece of paper, I don't believe it. When really a piece of paper is just some shit somebody said and wrote down. But that's fine. So here's some references for you, right? See where this says, hold on. They don't have many. Okay, so see where this says ISBN? This stands for International Serial Book Number 9780470167946. Music Theory for Dummies, right? You can get that book, okay? See this one? Electronic Measurement Systems. Go get that book, okay? Spatial Frequency, right? go get these things. Frequency rank, you know what I'm saying? Or just learn it here. But if you're one of those people who need to see a piece of paper for you to believe something, that's cool. Go get your pieces of paper. But we want to learn now. So let's keep it moving for the people who want to learn now. Frequency is the number of occurrences of a repeating event per unit of time, right? It is also occasionally referred to as temporal frequency for clarity. I'm not going to go into what that is, but temporal just means like to slow something down and to change something, but they, you know, that's why they mention it. All right, and is distinct from angular frequency. That's referring to, that's geometry. That's a different story, but I'm just, you know, glimpsing over that. Y'all can click on that and see what it is. If you want to learn it, I will recommend when you learn it, because in addition to me showing y'all this, I also want to show y'all how to research, show y'all how I even learn sometimes, you know, because there's other ways I learn too. But you never pass one of these. You never pass one of these links and don't know what it means. Don't ever let one of these blue links pass you. All right? And you're going to run into a million of them. All right? And they're going to take you to other stuff. You're going to learn so much. You're going to learn stuff you didn't even mean to learn when you're studying something. But angular frequency is a scalar measure of rotation rate. Right? So it's more so, I feel like it's geometry. They're saying it's physics, but I guess physics and geometry kind of cross. But let's keep on going. Frequency is measured in hertz. Now, hertz is just named after some dude, right? So when we see these things, just know that these are probably Germans or Russians that they just named this shit after. But these words, don't get caught up in these words. Who gives a shit about their words? You know, fuck their words. That's what I always say in my lectures. Fuck their words. You want to get the concept and understand the concept of what we're talking about. But the hertz is the unit of frequency in the International System of Units, right? Which is the SI. And this is like basically a conference that they had where they said these are the units that we're going to go by, and they named them what they wanted to, and blase blase, right? Alright, so I just wanted to show you that, right? Now, so when we're talking about hertz, right, we're talking about how fast particles are moving. Subatomic particles are moving, right? So like everything that you hear and see are subatomic particles that are moving, right? So when you hear music, this is how they can control you, right? There's something in your mind, there's something in your head, right, called the cochlea. For those who are not aware, let me look it up. Let me show you real quick. See, we going into biology and biochemistry now, but that's okay, because all this shit tying together. All this shit tying together. So I want, right? And this is what they give you an unnatural version of when you get a hearing aid. This is what a hearing aid is. It's an unnatural version of this. See, everything that is fake is an unnatural version of something natural. So a hearing aid is an unnatural cochlea, right? A pacemaker, right? Y'all know what a pacemaker is, right? That shit that they give you to control your heart, right? A cardiac pacemaker. That is a, hold on, let me show y'all for the people who missed my lecture that I did on this, my food and health lecture. If y'all would have did that, y'all would know all about your body. These things called pacemaker cells, right? These are what control what you call your circadian rhythm, or the rhythm of your body in terms of the pumping of your blood, right? I forget what the actual term that they call that is. You know, but just know that these cells, this is what they are recreating unnaturally when they give you a pacemaker. Everything that they have unnaturally is the recreation of something else. But let's go back to what we was talking about, because this is about to tie into why you hearing stuff in the sky that you can't see. The cochlea is a part of the inner ear involved in hearing. It is a spiral-shaped cavity in the bony labyrinth in humans, making 2.75 turns around its axis in the modulus. See, we could go into this, and it's not necessary to. They're talking about the epithelium of the ear, and there's a lot to be uncovered in here. And this is why I say y'all should get on here and just spend all fucking day learning. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, people busy and they got other stuff to do. But I'm bringing that up because I'm a reference to cochlea. That's the only reason I brought that up. Let's go back to frequency, right? So when you're talking about everything is vibration, there's no such thing as sight, right? When you see, a lot of us, we think when we see, we're seeing something like there's a pillow right here, right? I got a pillow right here, right? You think you're seeing a pillow. You're not seeing a pillow. You're seeing subatomic particles vibrating at a frequency, which is a speed, right? Frequency, we just went over what a frequency is. The reoccurrence. You're seeing atoms reoccur back and forth at a rate that displays this to you. When you understand that, you understand we live on a magical realm and shit is crazy. Even when you looking at me, you are seeing atoms vibrating at a pace or at a rate that displays to you these colors that you're seeing, right? It's all vibration. Everything is vibration. So your way of perceiving vibration is through a cochlea in terms of what you hear, right? See, this get deep. You got to understand these vessels that we have. These are just vehicles. You are not this body. You have to understand that, right? Now, we say this all the time. You are not this body. And there's no such thing as death. There's no such thing as death. You have to understand that. If you believe that you die, you have to believe you're this body. And you're not. I'm showing you the science behind that. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is no longer a game. This is no longer a joke. I just explained to y'all what subatomic particles are. You are made up of that, right? So when we created these vessels, we created these simply for the purpose of experiencing this realm and the things that are going on here. And when we created these vessels have specific capabilities. The capabilities of these vessels are to perceive vibrations through these things called the cochlea, and also through these things called the ovula, the retinas, right? Now, let me show what I mean, right? Let me read down before I keep talking. Let me just read down a little bit further, and let's just see what they're saying about stuff, right? And for those, again, you might need a piece of paper. If you need a piece of paper, let's see what piece of paper you can get, because you need a piece of paper. Oh, yeah, this is just the definition of period. I don't know what this is. I could go into it, but you could get that paper. It's probably an article or something that somebody wrote. All right, so let's keep going, right? Frequency is measured in hertz, right? Which is equal to 1 event per second. The period is the interval of the time between events, so the period is the reciprocal of the frequency, right? For example, if a heart beats at a frequency of 100 times a minute, that's 2 hertz. The period T interval at which the heart beats, or at which the beats repeat, my apologies, is half second, right? Divided by the 120, right? We won't have to go into all of that. What I really wanted to get to is this part. Frequency is an important parameter used in science and engineering to specify the rate of oscillatory and vibratory phenomena, right? Vibratory phenomena. This is stuff like dimensions, portals, right? You got to understand these words, they don't really tell you what they mean, right? They're talking about portals, spectrums, right? Let's go into this. Oscillation is the repetitive or periodic variation, typically in time, of some measure about a central value or between 2 or more different states, right? So and when they say 2 or more different states, they're talking about like states of the particles, right? Familiar examples of oscillation include a swinging pendulum, right? And alternating current, right? Now you see how deep that is? Y'all gotta really understand how deep this shit is. You gotta really understand how deep this shit is. When they're telling you the swinging pendulum, you know how you put someone in a trance with a pendulum? Even me doing this right now, you don't even understand what's happening when I do that. You see, this is oscillation, because this is the rotation of subatomic particles at a specific frequency, right? That's what they're talking about. And that can be, and this, see, what you're seeing is my hand. This is physics. This is not quantum physics. See, when I do this with my hand, this is just physics. And that can put somebody in a trance. But when you do that with subatomic particles, you can open dimensions. You see, it's a different level when you're talking about quantum physics. This is what the cube was on Avengers. What is it called? The what's the cube on Avengers called? The whatever. We don't gotta jump into movies. But look. Alright, so I just wanted to give you that example. Familiar examples of oscillation include a swinging pendulum and alternating current. Oscillations can be used in physics to approximate complex interactions such as those between atoms, right? And they're talking about the way my hand was going back and forth. You can study the way my hand is interacting with the atoms that are in between each. So, okay. So I gotta sit this thing up. So if there was a quantum field, right, which they call what they would call a magnetic field if we're talking about electrons. But say like there's a box right here and there's a pendulum going like this. Hence the clock going like this, right? That is the field that they're working with. Now, when it's swinging back and forth like this, they can measure how my finger is interacting with the atoms that it comes into contact with, right? Because there's atoms everywhere. Don't think that this is just free space. There's atoms here. If you look hard enough and you stare, you'll start to see little dots. And that's because the liquid that covers your eyes magnifies things. You know how you can put liquid in front of something and it magnifies and it looks closer? It's hard for me to really, let me not say anything's hard for me, that's a spell. It's just a little bit complex to explain, but liquid, because of how, like, liquid vibrates higher than a solid. So because it vibrates higher, when you put it in something, in front of something, it magnifies it. So when you're sitting there and your eyes get these tear ducts, right? When you're looking, it's magnifying what's in front of you. Like, just sit there, you can see atoms. I lie to you not. You can see atoms. Look. The longer you're gonna need to do it for a while, but the longer you do it, let the tear ducts drip over your eyes, right? And you'll start to magnify what you see, and you'll see these little dots moving. Those are atoms. Now, there's things smaller than those called subatomic particles that you cannot see, and they are on a quantum level, right? That's what Ant-Man was shrinking down and going into, right? But just I'm spending a lot of time on that, and I really you see what I'm saying, how deep this shit is? I'm doing all of this just to cover oscillation, like, you know what I'm saying? But let's go to vibratory, right? So my apologies if I'm like doing a lot. I'm just trying to, like, you know, I don't like to talk and have people not know what I know, because it's nothing that I want to know that you don't know. So we could do this whole thing over again, because it's nothing that I should know that you don't know. That's not fair to nobody. Like, you know, I don't need to know this shit. We all need to know this shit. Unified consciousness. All right, now, vibration is a mechanical phenomenon, right? You see this? You see what they call vibration? A mechanical phenomenon. Hold up. Because y'all gotta really understand how deep this shit is. You really gotta understand. This shit just seem like it's words. This is deep. And let me pull up for you the etymological definition or the etymological meaning of phenomenon. Right? Y'all remember LL Cool J song? Something like a phenomenon. She's something like a phenomenon. Something like a phenomenon. Right? I'm gonna be done in a minute, guys. I apologize. All right. I apologize, y'all. I got the family. You know, I got the tribe here. You know, I got my little lady right here. You know what I'm saying? My goddess. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know I'm always with the tribe. I ain't never not with the tribe. All right. Now, phenomenon. A fact directly observed, a thing that appears or is perceived, an occurrence, right? Especially a regular kind of fact observed on certain kinds of occasions. From late Latin. What I tell y'all, everything is going to date back to Latin, because that's where everything started. You know what I'm saying? That's where they started. They don't predate that. And when I say they, I mean those who took our goddamn planet from us. Okay? We know what that is. All right? But when they talk about phenomenon, let me see if we can get a better definition than this. Hold on. Because I actually never looked this up. I just wanted to see what they said. Hold on. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Extraordinary occurrence. Extraordinary. Y'all see? You see? So, we're not talking about normal shit here. Okay? So you are not normal. You are vibrating. You are extraordinary. This is why your body parts are called organs, because they release sound, which is what? Vibration, right? Sound, right? Vibration, frequency, right? So vibratory phenomena such as mechanical vibrations, audio signals, sound, right? Radio waves, and light, right? Because light is something that comes from photons. That's the only thing that emits light. There's no such thing as seeing. The only reason you can even see is because it's photons. Now there is there is fake light, you know what I'm saying, like this, like, hold up, like that. That's fake light. I mean, that's light that they create. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's light that they create. There's blue light that comes from the TV, from a chemical called selenium that y'all can look up, right? It was originally created as a weapon, actually, called a cathode ray tube. There is no nano. And the cathode ray tube, son. Every time I get on live, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it is. When I get on live, it's like the parents leaving on vacation. They want to invite the friends over, have a party, start acting all, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always with my children 24/7. Never had a babysitter in my life. Never been away from them. So I don't do being away from them, all right? But let's get back to it, y'all. Let's get back to it, okay? So like I said, everything that you see that is light is simply photons. That is the only thing that is. For the people who missed, let me search it up real quick for the people who missed it, right? For the people who missed it, okay? In the last lecture. Look at the last lecture, or look at the last part 1. Look at part 1, right? Where we went over subatomic particles. The subatomic particle, which is classified as an elementary particle, because if y'all following, subatomic particles are categorized into 2 groups: composite particles and elementary particles. This is an elementary particle. A photon, and what I tell y'all, what is it? Ancient Greek. Look at that shit. Everything is going to date back to ancient Greece, because that's when they started playing with this shit. Aristotle, you know, it actually predates Aristotle, but that's what we're going for. Anyway, a photon is an elementary particle that is a quantum of the electromagnetic field, including electromagnetic radiation such as light. Okay? So this is photons. And what gives off photons? Let's deviate for a quick second here, y'all, so that y'all can understand what's going on the planet real quick. Let's deviate for a second. Let's deviate for a second and talk about my brother up there. Right? Right? The sun radiates energy. What is energy? Energy is heat, right? Light. The sun radiates this energy mainly as light. The sun is photon energy. The sun is photon energy mixed with electrons. Plasma. That's what plasma is. Plasma is electricity vibrating. It's a state of matter that's above gas. When you go above gas, it is what we are. You got to understand, this is why I'm telling y'all, it's not a game when we say there is no such thing as death. Understand this so that you can stop being like afraid and stop being like, oh, such and such died, I'm never going to see him again. Listen, there is no such thing as death. You are made up of subatomic particles. These things vibrate at certain frequencies. When you die, the frequency of the atoms that you are change, and their charge changes. This is why your body gets cold. You understand? What is energy? Energy is heat. Let me show you the science of this shit. See, because I'm not trying to have y'all think I'm just talking bullshit. In physics, energy is the quantitative property. Some people need I'm gonna give y'all a book. Let me give the people a book, because they like, oh, that's Wikipedia. Wikipedia don't know what energy is. Let me give you a book. They need a book. Let's see if we can get them a book. Hold on. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna come back to that. Let me get them a book real quick. Okay. So, hold on. Boom. Mechanical interactions, right? International serial book number by this person. You can go get that book by this guy if you believe him over me. It's like, nah, if you believe him, go ahead and listen to him. Here's some PDFs from archived. Global mapping of terrestrial primary productivity and light use efficiency, right? You can get that book. Or actually, I think that's a PDF. You can actually download that PDF. Here's a book, Gravitation, from somebody in San Francisco called W.H. Freeman. Who cares who that is, but you believe them, so you want to read their book. International Serial Book Number. Go get that one. You feel me? And we could go all day with this. I give you books. You can read books if you want to read books, but we want to learn now. So let's go back for my people who want to learn now. And also, you want to keep in mind that, well, look, this is what I want to show you, okay? In physics, because this comes up in quantum physics, okay? Quantum physics. In physics, energy, right, which goes back to ancient Greece, energia, which means activity, right? Energy means activity, is the quantitative property that is transferred to a body or to a physical system recognizable in the performance of work and in the form of what? Heat. So this is why when you die, your body gets cold, because there's no longer any particles that have energy in it. And what do we know about energy? Energy is never destroyed. You are energy. Do we follow? So miss me with the dying, okay? At best you can say that somebody changed their state of matter. Let's start saying that. Oh man, my family member changed their state of matter. They went from a solid to a gas. Oh man, that's at best you can say. This is why you see these people, and you got to understand, whenever somebody dies around you, a lot of people always say that they have dreams about these people right after it happens. Now, piece this together for yourself. If the person died, this would mean that the subatomic particles, which were vibrating so low that they were a solid state of matter, have now started vibrating higher to a point where they are a gas, right? Now, the gas realm is a different realm, right? The gas... what I just had in my mouth. I think it was a piece of hair. The gas realm is a realm where it vibrates too high for you to see. You know what? Let's get into something else, because I think I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. Let me show you something else. All right, you got it. If you don't got it, I need you to tell me so we could go back. But you got it. All right. So I was on the sun and energy. I actually did a whole nother lecture on that. And honestly, a lot of people didn't see it. That's why I tell people watch my lectures, but they be like, no. So. What was we talking about? So let's we know enough about that. So look, I want to look something up for y'all, and I want to show you something, right? Bear with me for a second, right? Because I want to Google something real quick. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all. I just want to be typing it out. Bro, what is going on with my throat? Like right here, my trachea has like this. Keep moving my thing downstairs. Goddess, I'm gonna try to wrap this up in the next 15 minutes, alright? I apologize. Alright? Yeah, my goddess, look, you know what I'm saying? She love me. She be holding me down, you hear me? My goddess be holding me down, but she look, son. Look, son. Alright? And look, y'all can type this in too. I'm gonna show y'all, just so that y'all can type this in, right? Look. What? Why you playing with me, bro? You know what I'm saying? What is... Bro, why this thing don't type right? It be a no... Bruh. What is... I'm about to show y'all... Look, hold up. Just so y'all know where we going with this. Now, y'all see how you've been hearing things in the sky, but you can't see them, right? Y'all see that video that I put up where she saw the cloud, and then when she looked at it on the phone, she could see different things when she changed it? Y'all know how Kalai be showing y'all the videos, and he be changing... He be showing you different angles and stuff like that. This is frequency. You see, the lens on the camera is different than the lens on your eyes. You know what I'm saying? So the level of frequency it can pick up is different. So it can pick up subatomic particles that are vibrating at levels you can't see. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it though. Alright? Cause it's one thing to just be saying this shit, and it's another thing to know what we talking about. And I don't like that just saying shit and trying to go with shit type of thing, right? So let's be scientists for a minute, okay? What is the highest frequency a human can hear? Okay? Let's see. It's 20,000 hertz, but I just want y'all to see. Alright? 20,000 hertz, right? Humans can detect sounds. Oh, and let me show y'all this. Y'all see how y'all have babies, and these babies be looking at stuff and looking around like they see stuff you don't see? You see what I'm saying? This is why. Humans can detect sounds in a frequency range from about 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, right? Human infants can actually hear frequencies slightly higher than 20. Listen, I'm getting goosebumps. Listen, y'all can feel me. Y'all can feel me or think that I'm tripping if you want to. I'm feeling stuff around me right now. Y'all ever seen? Y'all ever seen? What's that movie called, God? It's with the paranormal something. Paranormal Activity. Y'all ever seen Paranormal Activity? Watch that movie again now that you've seen this. Watch that movie again. You see what's happening. Y'all see how babies? Ooh, there's stuff around me right now. I'm not even lying to you. I'm listen. You know how babies they will sense things. They standing up in a crib and they looking around because they can hear things and they like they probably can't see it but they hear it, right? And you know how they always have the thing that come take the baby and stuff like that, and they got like these shadows. You can see the shadow coming to take the baby and all that kind of stuff. All of that is frequency. Beings exist on different frequencies. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? So everything that exists still exists. Everything that always existed has always existed. It just takes different levels of frequency. There is no such thing as death. The only thing that would be death if there was is cryogenics. Or you know, like ice, like freezing something. That would be death because that's stopping atoms. Anytime you stop atoms from moving, that's death. Like that's how you would kill a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how they would keep you where you at. If you can't kill somebody, you got to understand that. Like if you shoot somebody in the head, they're not that body that you just shot. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody said, I know what you meant. It happened when my son was a baby. He stopped us from going in the house. I was blown away and I didn't go in the house at all. Yeah, like. Hey, Gerald. Go throw it in the trash. You're not getting nothing else. Here, go throw it in the trash and then lay down. Well, he wouldn't eat it. He just picked at it. No, he spit the peppers out. So my apologies, y'all. You know we parenting as well. All right, but listen, just see this. Humans can detect sounds in a frequency range from 20 to 20,000. Infants can actually hear frequencies slightly higher than 20,000, but lose some high frequency sensitivity as they mature. Now, first of all, let me tell y'all something. That's bullshit. The reason that changes is because what they do to your baby. But we ain't gonna go into all of that. But that's not the reason why. It's not natural for us to be infants and then all of a sudden as we grow and we lose the ability to read high frequency. That's bull. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that. And I can't show you a book for that. So all of my people who need a book for everything, I can't give you a book for that. Just understand that. Now once you understand it or don't understand it and you believe what you want to believe. But look, when it comes to this, just understand that when you hearing these sounds in the sky, that's because the beings that are up there or the devices that are up there, which are in parallel universes or parallel dimensions, right? And I can explain dimensions to y'all. I'll do that real quick if I got a second. They are emitting frequencies or they are affecting the subatomic particles in the sky in a method that produces frequencies within this range so you can hear it but you can't see them. Let's do this. All right, so 20,000 kilohertz, right? Y'all follow that, right? So that's a pretty high number, so you can hear that, right? Now let's see this. What is the highest frequency a human can see? Hold on. No. This is not gonna work. Hold on. Let me word it a different way because sometimes you gotta word it a certain way. What is the highest? Because I'm looking for them to just give us specifically what the answer is and hertz without no kind of variation or nothing like that. What is the highest frequency perceived? Let's say that perceived by. What do you want me to do? Son, say mommy move it please, okay? Say mommy move it please. Don't just point at stuff, okay? Perceived by the, my apologies, y'all. Human eye. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Alright. Studies have included both stabilized and unstabilized retinal images and report the maximum observable rate as 50 to 90 hertz. You see? So if something in the sky, right, is above you and it's vibrating above that, you can't see it. A separate line of research has reported that fast eye movements known as cicadas allow simple modulated LEDs to be observed at high. Right, so yeah, so that's why I was trying to look. Okay, let me just let you know. There's variations of the retina that can see at different rates. So that's not completely accurate. Like honestly, that's not completely accurate. But what I want you to do is just understand that it ain't what your ears is, okay? Your ears is 20,000 hertz. So you're gonna hear things that you cannot see. So if you hear something, oh no, not this one, that's free, that's fresh. If you hear something talking to you, it's talking to you, okay? You not crazy, okay? Science says you not crazy, okay? Because the cochlea can perceive vibrations. Everything around you, help please. So everything around you is vibrations. We just went over this. Watch the first lecture on quantum physics for those who need understanding of that, okay? Everything around you is vibrations of subatomic particles. You are subatomic particles that are vibrating. This is why they have something called sound healing. Look into sound healing. They can actually heal your organs with sound because your organs are literally vibrating. And anytime that you're sick, that's a low vibration, right? Listen, this is what sickness is. And meat has a very low vibration. This is why meat is giving you cancer or making you sick. Because all sickness is a low vibration. Which is why the sun is killing anything that's vibrating low. Because of this one specific thing called what? Who knows? UVGI. How many people know what UVGI is? Matter of fact, how many people know? Let's see what UVGI is. UVC radiation. It stands for ultraviolet germicidal irradiation. They're not pulling it up here. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let's go to Wikipedia. Because Wikipedia going to look everywhere on the internet and pull it for you. That's why I said Wikipedia. It ain't no better source than Wikipedia. And I'm willing to debate anybody on that. You could pick a topic. You take a week to learn about it. I take a week to learn about it. You use books and I use Wikipedia. I bet I tell you more about it than you do. And I bet I know more about it than you do. I'm gonna be able to tell you about the person you got the book from and where they got it from. I guarantee you. But look, so this is called ultraviolet germicidal irradiation. This is what's taking place on the planet. This is why everything is dying, right? This is why old Billy is trying to block out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right? So UVGI is a disinfection method. You see? So why is it that they tell you to get out the sun when you get sick? You see? You piece together now what's going on? That's why as soon as you get sick, they say go in the house. If you sick, the best thing you could do is go outside in the sun and let that joint sit on you. Go outside naked and sit in the sun. I ain't trying to tell y'all to break the law and be naked, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but no, let's read it. Ultraviolet germicidal irradiation is a disinfection method that uses short wavelength ultraviolet C, right, light to kill or inactivate microorganisms by destroying nucleic acids, right? And disrupting their DNA, right? Now, the only kind of things that have DNA that are germs are called proviruses, right? For those who don't know, the difference between a virus and a provirus, and this includes, look at this crap. Oh, snap, look at this. Recent studies have proven the ability of UVC light in inactivating the novel that I'm not going to say. Look at this shit. I just spoke that up and look at it. It's right there. Oh, and somebody need a book. Let me get their book. Y'all know they need their book. This is Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia. How do I know? Here you go. Here you go. ISSN. That means International Something Serial Number. Right? And you can look up this book. Right? Come on, bro. Get this off my screen. What are you doing? Why are you trying to play with me like this? Get off my screen, bro. Oh my goodness, you blowing me. Alright. So look, you can get this, right? Boom. Go find that. Scientific report, right? Boom. Let's see another one you could go get. Boom. Okay? Go get this. Ultraviolet disinfecting systems, right? Boom. A critical review, right? Go get that, because some of y'all need pieces of paper or you don't believe nothing. It's on Wikipedia. That can't be true. Okay, boom. Here you go. Matter of fact, let me scroll down to the bottom and get y'all some more books. Because anybody who try to hit me with the, oh, he got on Wikipedia, I want y'all to bust they bubble and be like, hold up, because he said you could go here. Let me show you. Let's see if they got any books on this. They might not have any books on this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. International Serial Book Number 978-158-321-5845. The Ultraviolet Disinfection Handbook. Here you go. Here you go. So don't argue with Wikipedia. You go argue with Colton Bolton ass. Why he got a first and last name that sound the same is beyond me. But listen, and then my guy name is Colton Bolton. He said, my name is Colton Bolton. And I said UVGI is real. So listen, all I'm trying to tell y'all is listen, okay? There is a lot going on right now, okay? All right? When you see colors, right? Let me show you something. Let me show you something, right? Let me show y'all something, right? Bear with me for a moment, y'all. Bear with me for a moment. Because how many of y'all are familiar with frequencies? Wait, that's silly. How many of y'all familiar with like your chakras, right? And how each chakra operates on a specific frequency, right? We familiar with that? Y'all familiar with that, right? Because the root chakra is what color? Right? Red, right? So I wanna pull something up real quick. All right, bear with me. I know y'all like. Come on, bro. What you talking about? Okay. Okay. So now, do you understand this better? You understand this better now? This is the metaphysical you. This is you. You see? This is you. So your root chakra vibrates at 396 hertz. You see? Now this chart should mean a whole lot more to you now. Your sacral chakra, which controls your, genitals and whatnot, your sacred areas, right? It's called sacral chakra because it's based on sacred. Like sacred means anything that's like divine or anything that's supernatural. So this is where you bring life. That's why it's called your sacral chakra, because you can create life with this thing. It's sacred. It's divine. That's this 417. And if you notice, all of these numbers are going to equal 3, 6, or 9. Right? Well, 396 going to equal that. But what's this? 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 7 is what? 12, which is what? 3. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 8 is what? 15, which is what? 6. 6 plus 3 is 9, which is 9, which is 18, which is what? 9. 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 1 is 12, which is what? 3, right? 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 2 is 15, which is what? 6. 9 plus 6, we don't got to keep going, you know what I'm saying? 3, 6, and 9. You see? The power of the 3, 6, and 9. This is the language of the universe. You got to understand that this is real. A lot of y'all think this is a game. You know what I'm saying? Like this is some sort of joke or something. Like, so understand that you descend down into this realm and you occupy this vessel, this vehicle that we created for us to experience this realm down here. Stop playing with me and go back. Why they gonna play with me like this? I didn't ask you to go into it. Oh my goodness, bear with me, y'all. Alright. This is the chart that I like to use. I like this one. I actually got this one printed out. Right? So just understand that when you're vibrating high, you can perceive more things. And this is what we mean when we say, like when you're vibrating at this level, the crown chakra, and then you vibrate higher than that, this is when you go into the astral realm, right? Now, when you're talking about the astral realm, you're talking about dimensions, right? dimensions, that's geometry. That's sacred geometry, right? And again, when we talking about sacred, if we looked up, let me show y'all, because look, I don't like talking at people, because I'm not one of them people that do that whole, look, I'm smart and I know things. No, I'm not going to tell you what I know. I'm going to show you, because you need to be able to tell people and find it. So you know what I'm saying? Because this ain't about what I know. This is about what all of us about to know. I don't know nothing y'all don't know. And if I do, you need to know it, because I don't want to even know nothing that you don't know. All right, so sacred means consecrated by holy. Hold on, let's go. Come on. All right, so sacred, right? What I tell y'all? Everything is gonna date back to Latin. Comes from sacrar, to make sacred, to consecrate, to immortalize. You feel me? To immortalize, right? To immortalize. So when we talking about sacred geometry, right? Geometry is the organization of shapes, right? It's like how you're going to organize shapes. When you're talking about sacred geometry, you're talking about doing that, but on a quantum physical level. So this is how you open portals. This is what they're doing with CERN. Those subatomic particles we were talking about in a quantum field, if you look at the first lecture, I didn't go deep into it, but we could, but I gave you enough to see that it ain't bullshit. That's all I wanted to do. When you're talking about quantum physics, this is how you open portals. These in front of you are trillions of atoms just sitting in front of you. If you organize those in a specific geometrical pattern, you open dimensions. You open portals. You create what you call a spectrum, right? And a spectrum is an let me see if they tell you this. Hold on. I'm doing too much. Listen, all right, look, yeah, listen. I feel like I'm gonna just sum this up by saying, look, I'm gonna cover. Listen, I'm gonna cover one more thing and I'm gonna get out of here. I want to show y'all how they controlling y'all through music. Okay, let me just show y'all for anybody who watching this. Right? Has anybody ever heard of the devil's frequency before? Or sometimes they call it the devil's interval. Right? The devil's interval is 440 hertz. Right? So if you go to Wikipedia, type in. I mean, you could go to Google. Type in 440 hertz. Right? What does 440 hertz do to the body? Look at this. 440 hertz is considered cerebral music that helps with the listener's cognitive development and is associated with the activation of the third eye chakra. Listening to this higher frequency is extremely potent and effortlessly way to experience a deeper dive within consciousness. See, now what they didn't mention is what happens if you listen to it on a lower frequency, right? But 440 hertz was demanded to be the standard. And I'm going to show you where it was. There was something called the British Standard Institution meeting of 1939, okay? This is where, let me see if they pull it up. The British Standard. This is where they made the decision that any kind of professional music, if you a music artist, if you signed, if you anything that's professional that has to do with music, you know, all of this music that's playing in the background of these movies you watching, like that's how they play with you. Listen, this is how they play with your emotions. You know how you watch a scary movie and they doo 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 doo. That's 440 hertz. It's considered cerebral music because that frequency is one that emits it goes straight to your mind. You can't not feel it. It's cerebral. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is why. But anyway, let's get back to what I was doing. So the British Standard Institution meeting, meeting of, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Hold on, 1939. All right, hold on. Will they pull it up? British Standard Institution meeting. I typed that, didn't I? What did I type wrong? I typed something wrong? Hold on. Hold on. All right. Look, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. There was a meeting that they had where they developed something called the International, I'm trying to see, the International Standard Music Pitch, right? Let's see if it'll come up. Let's see if it'll come up by that. See, because it's hard to pull this up. Well, nothing is hard, but hold on. International Standard Music. Huh? That's crazy. Mommy. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. See, a brief history of the establishment of International Standard Pitch, right? So just know that this is the standard pitch that they go by with all music. They made this the standard, right? And you see why they did that, though. You see why they did that? Because this is how you can affect someone's brain. Okay? Look, see, they tell you right here. The British Standard Institution of 1939, and that frequency was a follow-up yet to another conference, the one in Australia in 1885. Oh, so that's probably the one where they did it. I remember studying this a while ago, that the note A should be tuned, right? So so I showed you that just so that you know that they use frequency to manipulate you. You know what I'm saying? In the form of music. And it's done in the form of sight as well. And this is done with everything around you, right? Remember we talked about in the first lecture, we talked about the density matrix, right? And the matrix is just a group of systems. It can be numbers or it can be actual quantum equations, which are sacred geometrical organizations of subatomic particles, which present to you in your retinas a certain vibration, right? This is the science behind a lot of the stuff that we know about, light code lockdown, right? That's what that's all about. That's what that's all about, okay? That's everything that you see is vibration. That's all you need to know, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I hope y'all took anything from this lecture. If not, just comment. For anybody who watch back, just comment anything that was like, yo, what you talking about? That don't make sense, so I can study it more and try to find a better way to articulate it, or maybe I can be updated on what I don't understand, because I'm not saying I know everything. I don't want anybody to think that, like, or that I'm perfect or nothing. Like, it's just I study this shit, like, you know what I'm saying, all day. I don't even have nothing else to do. There's no other purpose for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care for anything else. So, like I said, I send y'all positive vibes. As usual, remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle. As those three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited in your future. Remember that when you look in the sky, all you are seeing is vibration. That's it. So when you look in the sky and you seeing these different colors vibrate at different frequencies. This is called a spectrum. So these are portals. When you look in the sky and you seeing these, y'all see how the sky be pinkish, purple, all of that? That's different vibration. And this comes from coronal mass ejections, which are photons. Photon energy vibrates at a frequency of 750 terahertz. That's going to tear through anything up there. And you got to understand that it's blue because ozone is up there. And ozone is an inorganic compound that is 3 oxygen molecules all put together. It's inorganic, and it's not. When you say something's inorganic, it means it has no carbon. And anything that is natural has carbon. We know this, right? Do we or do we not, right? All right, and I'm gonna end on that. And just in case anybody heard me say that and they like, what do you mean about that? Just to give you a quick glimpse real quick. This is ozone. It's 3 hydrogen atoms thrown together, okay? Ozone, it's also called trioxygen. That's the scientific name for it. Trioxygen is an inorganic molecule with the chemical formula O3. It is a pale blue glass. This is why your sky is blue, okay? And then there was something called the Great Oxidation Event, which put that up there, that they're saying they don't know what came from. But come on now, let's not be dumb, okay? And I know all of my people, they need books because Wikipedia is lying about trioxygen. So if you need books on trioxygen, here you go. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, said it, okay? Who else said it? Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Go here. Nitrogen ammonia, they're talking about, yeah. Ozone, yeah. Read any of these, alright? That's all I got for y'all. I'm gonna say one more time before I go. Remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circles. Those 3 things are key to assuring positivity is invited in your future. It's your boy Jay Giddens out, one love. And y'all share the live if y'all want to, or tag somebody who y'all want to get into it, or let me know anything else that y'all would want me to study and do a lecture on, because I got nothing but time and energy for this, alright? And y'all be busy, I know, alright? One love.